speaking about military discipline and all that, I do think we have Malik for that reason, our expert in nutrition, discipline and nutrition.
Yeah.
Like nutrition perhaps is a big opportunity of education. What are your thoughts about, like, you know, you went to school for nutrition and
Yeah.
you learned so much from it. What is like a aha moment for you about like people in their diet that you're like, why?
So there's a lot of what we call disparities in communities that are kind of like the things that hinder you from getting like proper nutritional access, right? It could be things like income, could be things like how far it is to get over there. It could be things like, do you have the education for it, right? Does it align with your cultural norms, right? Like, people from different backgrounds have different, foods that they eat. You know what I mean? Um, and I also wanted to, you had said like diet. So first of all, I just want to make sure that we have that definition understood. Diet is a pattern of eating. So when I actually speak with different people about like food and like diets, they're like, oh, I have to go on a diet. So the connotation is, oh, that means that I can't eat the foods that I want to. No, diet by definition is a pattern of eating, right? You can have a healthy diet, you can have an unhealthy diet. They get the negative connotation because you think of things like the ketogenic diet, right? Or you think of like the paleo diet, right? And those are restrictive eating patterns of eating, right? So then they restrict things like calories, restrict like macros, restrict like different things like that. Um, and Especially taking these kind of classes and also actually working like just 2 weeks ago I had gone to Fort Dix to the McGuire side. So Fort Dix is a joint base. It has all different military branches. You have Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Army, Navy. Um, Not the Space Force yet. But
Let's
apparently
go,
like
Trump.
still, yeah, let's go, yeah.
He's gonna come with his space
Let's
suit
go,
on.
yeah, yeah. Elon Musk gonna be the commander in chief. He's
Chief,
like, all right, guys, let's do it.
salute the
Let's
troops.
go. Yeah, let's get those robots out there. Come on. It's like I Robot, like the movie.
When I hear that branch, it reminds me of Duck Dodgers.
The God, yeah. It reminds me of like
Space
Star
Cadet.
Trek. It reminds me of like Star Trek. It's like, okay,
Space
Spock is out here.
Spock.
Private Spock. You know what I mean?
Spock, you're the man, though.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy. But yeah, like, nutrition, is very important. So like over there at Fort Dix, it's mostly like the medical side is kind of run by the Air Force. So I had to go over to the McGuire side, which is called the McGuire side of Fort Dix. I went over there to meet with a military doctor. And after that, I was like, hey, can I go get some classes? He was like, yeah, sure, just go upstairs to optometry. When I went over there, I saw they had a dietitian sign that was in the same like office as the optometry. So I ordered my glasses and I was like, hey, can I speak with the nutrition or the dietitian? And they were like, oh yeah, I think that she's in today. And I was like, all right, cool. They were like, what do you
Was
want to
she
know?
like
And
three
I
hundred
wanted to
pounds?
answer. She
No,
was
I'm messing with you.
she was not.
That's like one of those big gym teachers.
Yeah, vision teachers. Hey, I got you. I got you. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. I got you. Don't eat that. Don't eat that. Don't eat that. That's the crunchy crunch.
Samurai just Taekwondo.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun though. When I actually got to meet her, because she was actually a nutritionist. She was actually a nutritionist, and the difference between a dietitian and nutritionist is that a dietitian is accredited within the nation. So like, there's like a whole organization, like a program you need to have completed in order to be a dietitian. Nutritionist, you only really need like a degree, and you can go and work anywhere. So I spoke with her, and she said, I actually asked her, is there a dietitian on post? So I wanted to ask him, I wanted to know, okay, do I want to do this, you know, when I, like later on, like, when I come back and everything, do I want to be a dietitian? She said, well, we don't have one here. And actually, it's good that you came in because it's in very high demand for the military. There's not a lot of nutrition education kind of things. Within the military, you have like different programs. There's one called H2F, which is like health to fitness. The health part is kind of like nutrition, spirituality, mentality, fitness is in its own realm. So learning about H2F, which you have in the army at least, health was just kind of like an umbrella term for like these different aspects, but fitness is like its own term. So I felt like, okay, why can't it just be like, I mean, I don't want to change the program, but like I felt like, okay, like nutrition is literally hand in hand with fitness. You can't have one without, can't have fitness without nutrition. You can't have nutrition without fitness, right? Because it's literally a package deal. And I felt like it was such a demeaning kind of a thing where it was like, okay, just health encompassed in and of itself, but also just go to the DFAC. Also just go to the commissary. DFAC is dining facility, which is like cafeteria. You go and eat. Commissary is like the supermarket, like a shop, right? Kind of thing, right? PX, post exchange, think about it as like a Walmart, right? For like soldiers. So this is what soldiers are limited to.
And Charlie's Steakhouse.
And Charlie's Steak. Oh yeah, and Charlie's and Popeyes. Yeah, you got the Popeyes. Yeah, all that, every single installation. But yeah, I'm actually kind of glad you mentioned that too, because every military installation they've got like deals or whatever, like Burger King and Popeyes.
Burger King is a big
Always Burger King. Always see a Popeyes on an installation, so they see all those different things, and the nutritional part, like what is the right thing to eat, what is a good diet, that's pushed out to the unit.
one.
I feel like that needs to be that really needs to be enforced in basic training and reinforced in like the rest of like your military career.
That's interesting you mentioned that because
Do that.
basic training, they obligate you. They don't
Right.
educate you. They obligate you to eat in a certain norm,
Good way.
which you're looking for an escape route as soon as you're done with basic to go back into your old habits.
Exactly.
Instead of giving, so you're absolutely right. Maybe that needs to change. Is the when you're basic training is how do you implement the educational part of nutrition? Like for example, yeah, you can eat the defects. By the way, Kebs, it's like a unlimited buffet of whatever, and it has everything. When I say it has everything,
Yeah.
you can literally find anything there,
Oh
and
yeah.
you can take as much as you want. Nobody's gonna tell you
Oh
no.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That means you can eat
Yeah,
anything that you
Literally
healthy or not healthy.
and you won't know. They don't really put that
Yeah.
out there. Like, oh, this is like a good thing. Like one thing, I didn't mean to cut you off, but one thing that they I was speaking with the nutritionist on post, she said, yeah, like over here in like the defect. So an installation should really have like a dietitian of like the commissary, which is like the supermarket, right? And then you should also have like somebody who's in charge of like the DFAC. They should be going in and like looking at different changes, labels, color coding, and everything, right? Now, I went to the Fort Dix DFAC, and they had labels on there. They had green, yellow, and red labels, right? When you see green, you're like, okay, this looks healthy. Doesn't really tell you how much salt is in it.
The specifics, right?
So when you actually like, look at it, it's like, why is this green? Green, everybody thinks is green is great, right? Green is color money, green is color gold. Green is literally anything that's green,
Yeah.
photosynthesis, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's good.
green doesn't mean it's good, yeah. But it was referring to fat content, right? So if you saw like, like that, if you saw like that chicken or whatever, right? And then we like green, it's like, okay, like there's less fat, but how much salt is inside of there? Learn about that kind of thing, right? And then if you saw like fish, for example, this is where I think it's an interesting distinction because you have different types of fats: saturated fats, unsaturated fats, polyunsaturated fats, omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3 fatty acids, omega-6 fatty acids are good for you. actually men need to have a certain amount of fat, because if you don't have a certain amount of fat, your testicles shrink. You know that your testicles literally shrink those.
Make your testicle look like raisins, guys. Eat your fish.
Eat your omega-3s, get your olive oil, all those kinds of things. Right? Yeah.
Damn little raisins.
Yeah. It'd be tiny. Yeah. And it was crazy. I know this for nutrition. I know this for nutrition.
Help us continue to embrace these human experiences and explore more about ourselves and others by just subscribing. You know, if you like our content, definitely like, comment, share it. But also, if you want to be part of our podcast, all you have to do is leave a comment and tell us what you want to talk about. Remember, this is the platform for the people, and we're here to explore those life experiences that are very unique to you and to everyone else. Don't forget to subscribe.